And we're back. I did grab a few photos and a video. That one's on high alert there. He's like, don't you move. I'm not gonna take another step. There's a little kid that was just running at them and he started hissing. It's almost charged at him and got nipped there. Oh, do you see that guy in the background? He's swimming around again. He's doing rounds. Oh yeah, they're getting nice and full. I guess you could tell this is where they always come up. As soon as they get up out of the water, they just start eating in that same spot. They're like, we know a fresher spot over here. That's their appetizer, and then they gotta go for the full meal over here. Oh no! The oh, it's another feed. The um, as far as what the IP2 considers content is very interesting, to say the least. You know, I don't want to go out there and troll people and stuff like that, but I like to just go around and film some things. I was at the post office yesterday. I was like, they're probably thinking I'm doing an audit. I think one of the main things is too, I mean, it's IRL, right? In real life. Who wants to, I don't know. I just think the main thing is everybody shows their own life, not necessarily trying to do like the next best thing, which a lot of people think is different. But I like, especially I mean, on some of my, don't get a chance to go out and do those things. Some people never get a chance. Some people are still locked up inside. So it just gives other people, you know, another point of view. Yeah, and that's why I forgot to add that. I bet, I guess, is what we're here. We're like, it's putting your life. Alright, alright. And I mean, I understand some people get no. But like you said, it's around bars and stuff where you see action. I mean, you could just sit over there. Especially when people are leaving. I remember I had a friend way back in the day. Way back in the day, I used to play a lot of video games. Not a lot, I just played GTA, but you could play with like a bunch of other people online. It was on PS3. And yeah, it was I had a pretty cool group of friends. We just messed with each other and talked about whatever. I mean, just like any gaming group, right? But they one of them actually came out to Denver. He was seeing a girl, but we ended up meeting up. The girl actually was one of the gamers with us as well, which was pretty funny. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That one charged at me a little bit there. It's like, it's not a gun. It's not a gun. Uh-oh. The police department's right down the block from here, so you'll see them zooming out here from time to time. Oh, dog hanging out the window. This is like a Jeep dog. There's some people fishing. I wonder if they caught anything. I guess I should have asked them. That'd be something I'd be curious about. Yes, yes, exactly. I mean, it's Colorado. We don't... I mean, you know what the main recreational thing around here is, and usually those people weed themselves out very fast and they end up on other parts of town in jail, blah blah blah. That just made me think of those freaking protests though. Some of those like Antifa protests and stuff that happened here in Denver. I mean, it really doesn't matter what side on the issue, what side of the issue you are on, but like the people who were charging at the police and stuff like that and throwing things at them, they all got hit with those bean bags and they all got pummeled pretty good. I mean, it just doesn't, I don't know. But anyways, they awarded a lot of those people in those protests a lot of money. It was like 14 million if I remember, or quite a few million that was divided up amongst a few people. And it's like, what are those people going to use that money to do? They're already trying to freaking hurt people. But yeah, there's a lot of different events here. I was thinking about going to Meow Wolf soon. I haven't been there. I went to the Van Gogh thing. I didn't stream that. Like going to various shows. Been to different, been like to the steak festival here. Usually like going to the Civic Center Park food festival down there. Yeah, I mean, arm people with that much money. It's like you can only imagine what they're gonna do. And they all got that money obviously because they were, you know, they were injured. And I mean, there was some pretty bad injuries from those things, but I mean, I think if you found yourself out in those crowds, especially when the police were out there saying, hey, you know, I think it's time to go. I was watching some of those live feeds here in Denver, and I clipped some of them. They were throwing fireworks at them, whatever they could find. I just couldn't even believe that stuff was going on here in Denver. And of course I didn't sure, I wasn't gonna get up in that mix, but I didn't even know about streaming. It's funny, a lot of people like somebody yesterday said they found me from IP2, and I'm not on there or anything. I do comment on a lot of things, so maybe that's how they found me. But I first found out really about like IRL and stuff from coming across Captain's stream. And the first stream I ever watched, Cheeto was freaking harassing some Asian person outside of Planet Fitness, and I can't even remember what he said. I think he was saying that they didn't belong there or something like that, and I was like, wow, this person's really pushing. I know I get streaming and stuff. I guess I get pushing the boundaries and stuff, but then he wasn't like, oh, I'm just kidding, or it's a joke or anything. I was just like, what is going on? What the? And I mean, that's obviously why people watch it too, because I mean, Captain said himself, the drama is what people like, but that's not what it's not the people I'd like to surround myself with necessarily. Oh, you went to the Santa Fe one? Yeah, I believe that might have been the first one or something like that. Oh, there's fucking ants down here, little bastard. Yeah, this one seems pretty fun. Seems like it would be some fun stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, some of the things, it's just funny to... I mean, sometimes you just sit back and laugh at it, but sometimes you just join in and spam and do all the dumb crap too. Not necessarily spam, but just like, you're wrong and you're wrong, everybody's wrong. But that's the drama of it. I mean, that's what the industry does. That's what the rap industry did for a long time. It's weird to compare it to that, but I'm just comparing it as far as drama. They're like, start fake beefs and start this or start that, and you know, start this drama, you'll get popular. Whereas it's just like, be good people. Why can't you be good people? But there's always something wrong with being good for some reason. There's always something wrong. Now there's an interesting one. He's a little lighter colored. Interesting. Yeah, and once I went on yesterday, I seen somebody like, yeah, I'm from the Springs and this and that, and so they mentioned how they see me, so I was like, well, I guess I should try to incorporate into my day a little bit more to go and stream. Because not too many people have a career outside of this, and I mean, I guess you can say I'm retired in a sense just because I left my career. I used to be a welder engineer, but I did it for about 4 or 5 years, and it was really fun while it lasted. But I just wanted to take a break to kind of do what I enjoy, just live life. And I started a small business, just kind of have fun and stuff like that, keep things going. But I think it's nice. I think it's nice to be able to go out more often and not be locked inside or working for somebody else's dream. Oh yeah, the Hell Cruise is definitely a good way to describe it. And I mean, it's funny. I was even explaining to someone how, like, some of the people you could even relate to, like, not relate to, but I'm saying there's certain people in your life that are similar, or like maybe you might have went to school with somebody that is just like them, and you're like, oh, I know that personality, like this motherfucker, you know. And that's kind of the fun part of the drama too. It's funny. Aldi's fucking out of control, but I mean, That's what everybody likes. Yeah, it was fun work. It was fun. But after a while, just like anything, you get burned out. It's the thing that you want to do forever, but I mean, you realize that there's more to it. Once I left it, and I wasn't like, hey, here's my 2 weeks. Like, I was with the company for quite a while, and I just didn't show up one day. And like, I was working from home for a year or so. It was during the pandemic, and then right when everybody started going back to work, that's when I kind of went back. And then I was like, yeah, I mean, it might have been because I was used to being home. I got to pick my own schedule and stuff like that. And I mean, I just had to show up to a meeting in the morning and you know, do regular work, draw plans, finish designs, etc., draw stuff up. Did a lot of CAD stuff. We used Inventor, but yeah, like I said, I got really used to having my own schedule, and when I was at work, I just found myself just thinking about home and what else I could do, basically. And I'm like, you know what? It is time. Bye. Maybe that's why LD doesn't leave his house. He only does it very, very seldom. Very seldomly he leaves his house, which is good for himself and I guess others. But I think he said it himself, the police know him in his town, so hopefully that makes him calm down a little bit, because they watch his streams and stuff like that, from what it sounds like. Who knows? Oh man. Yeah, I think the pandemic changed a lot of people's thinking for the most part. Some people stuck and held into their same stuff, but I think others realized that there is a little more to it, and that it's hard to re-enter the game after working from home. I went to the office for the entirety of the pandemic, so it was business as usual. Nice. Well, and yeah, and they like I said, I was welder engineer, so I was doing that for the most. I did welding for a few years. I basically did them both equally, but towards the end it was only engineering, and that's when I was like, they gave me the leash kind of, and kind of give the inch, you take a mile type of thing. Like, hey Darren, you finished with that thing? I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, especially with everything becoming digital nowadays and how much people you can reach. depending on how well you keep up with your stuff. I mean, it's crazy. Even just having random content pages where you're just like shit posting, or you know, doing just solely doing memes, or solely doing comedy, or you know, never showing your face or anything, just sharing something in a certain type of niche. I mean, it's crazy that, you know, Facebook, TikTok, all those places could actually get paid from them. On my other channel, I have quite a few subscribers, but it's not monetized. But on my other pages on TikTok and Facebook, the past 2 months, I've barely been able to start getting revenue. Because I've had the bonuses since like January. But those sons of bitches, they were saying I was violating their policy, and it was actually all my content. And I was like, you guys are full of shit, but you can never get a hold of anybody in Facebook whatsoever. TikTok was the first to start paying, though. I'm sorry, what's the other, what now? I might have got a little lost in my talking. Yeah, oh yeah, literally everything. If you go search in monetization issues Facebook, like there's Facebook groups created to try to get around it. I sent so many reports. So I had to schedule a call with them, and they're like, all right, it'll be at 1. They didn't tell me it was 1 a.m. because it was from freaking India. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So they literally called me at the middle of the night. I'm like waking up like, oh, what the, Jesus Christ. Oh, my other channel, it's, actually I have quite a few. Well, no, I only have one YouTube channel, but I have quite a few YouTube pages and those other things. But it's kind of separate for now. It's if you message me on Instagram, I could share a little more with you. I think I put my I think it's in my description. I finally added it. I just barely created a page a few weeks ago for Instagram for this channel. I'm trying to see where my description's at. But yeah, if you message me on there, I could share a little bit about it. But it involves I mean, and you know, Colorado's one of the highest mineralized places in the United States. So there's a lot of people who like gemstones, a lot of people who like rock hounding, jewelry, other things like that. And that's a little bit of what I do on the side of it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, yesterday I privated it. I just need to cut a little part out of it, but I went to the dispensary, and first I went to get butane to the dispensary first of all, and imagine that the dispensary didn't even have butane. But on the way back, I found a head shop that's actually right over there. There's a little plaza right over there, and they had butane, but at both places they were like, oh my god, I love your necklace, I love your pendant. And that's kind of what I do on the side, but I had to give them my card and stuff, and that's kind of why I wanted to clip it, because I was talking about my business and I always forget about it, because I wanted to keep them separate, just because, I mean, yeah, you know, you gotta, I don't know. It's tied to many things. It's tied to many things. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely a fun thing to do. I started doing it around like 2018, 2019, just for fun basically, but kind of turned into one of those things where kind of one of the things that where I was kind of helped me leave my job too. I was like, you know what? This is getting a little boring. I mean, money's good, but money's money. Yeah, I was gonna start this one like on, because you could do like a sub channel on the page too, and that's what it first started as, and then I was like, wait, no, can't do that. And like I had to decide whether I really wanted to get followers from that base, and then I was just like, you know what, I don't want to, but I do know the dangers of stuff getting out there. Are your other channels are they is it your original content, or is it videos you put together like to find? Like on Facebook I have a page that's called Adult Talk, and I started it not too long ago. It's fairly new, but I just all the girls who post videos on TikTok, like basically the adult side of it, I'll post all those videos on there, and you can imagine that there's quite a few people that like it. It's pretty crazy some of the stuff you could find. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Crossover would definitely be weird. Yeah, I was thinking about like, cause sometimes I do streams at home for my other channel, and so like I was just thinking recently like how I could, cause like sometimes I could talk about random stuff and random shit on the internet, the crap I look at, but it's like I can't show the same background. But on Streamlabs I actually found a way where you could remove the background without a green screen. Nice, nice. Oh yeah, music channel would be super good. You make your own music, huh? Making fun of popular music. That's great. Right, the freaking, some of that mainstream stuff is a little too much nowadays. As far as your own music, what do you play? What are you playing instruments and singing, or you got a band, or? I just realized the play on the Tard Hub logo you did there, and kind of realized the joke, I guess, there a little bit, but this is just probably your not necessarily throwaway channel, but your IP2 channel. Your don't know about me, don't figure out about me, don't want you to know about me channel. There's been like, sometimes I've been logged into my other page and I'll comment and I'm like, shit, and I'll retract the message, but my thing's still there, and I'm just like, oh god, just nobody click on it, please. Metal music, hell yeah. Nice. And you do it all. That's nice. I messed around with the acoustic all throughout my life. Towards the end I got a little serious. I found a good teacher. I went to an alternative school for a little bit and found a real good good teacher, and we got together and we actually started a small band in the school, and then we would play for people who would graduate and stuff like that. It was pretty fun. It was a nice way to end high school. That was fucking 2011, 2012, something like that. But since then, I still play around. Got my acoustic, got an electric. Nothing fancy. It's a Yamaha. King Cobra. And expanded into the IP2 stuff. Nice. I've heard of I heard of the King Cobra name. I actually haven't seen any of his content. I actually tried searching for it one time. I think because Goo and Captain were talking about going to like Wyoming. I think he's in Wyoming if I remember correctly or something like that, but I couldn't find anything, so I was like, well, I guess I'll figure out about him once they go over there, if they can make it. You know, that freaking RV is every few miles it likes to take a little shit. And they're gonna have to take the long route if they want to try to avoid some mountains. Yeah, Captain gets down on the guitar. He likes he's pretty good at playing. I mean, once you watch all the drama, then you're like, wait, what the? You're like, I don't want to. I'm gonna find something else now. Now I'm gonna watch old shit. Yeah, it seemed like especially Captain was a little hesitant. Yeah, seriously. I agree with that. It's a shame he sucks at everything else. And I mean, his life, I think from where it started was definitely took a turn, but I mean, once you fall into something and something works, I mean, you just keep doing it. And the definition of what works is different for everybody. But I remember, like I said, going watching old stuff. I seen this one of him, and it said like he was getting roasted by these other girls on like a dating show, and I can't remember whose show it was, but he was on there, and he kind of looked like almost the same like he did. He was a little smaller. I don't think he was taking Drizzle's testosterone quite yet. and he was like trying to come off as like the cool party guy and shit, and then like towards the, like they were like kind of roasting and making fun of him, and towards the end he said that he would like kidnap one of them and shit, and it got all fucking crazy. And he says he likes to push the line. I mean, when he was with the Elisa recently, or whatever the hell her name is, he was like really steered into those baby jokes and shit, and it's like, god damn. And then he's like, "Ooh, why do you make me do this?" I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, it's funny though. It's funny. Yeah, I remember somebody was trying to roast him on guitar one time, and like, you can't play it and you can't play this, and he's like, you realize what it would take to play this? I'm like, that's what I said to myself. I'm like, nah, he is actually pretty good at guitar. Like he could definitely go on the street and make a few $100, I think. If he's not doing it in his freaking RV, because I know he makes money doing that too, because people like to send music for him to play, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, it's a pretty funny one. There's a few old ones that I've seen that where I was like, damn, I'm like, that's what kind of helped me get into streaming, because I'm like, some of these people just, I mean, they'll say or do the most embarrassing shit, and there's no shame. I was like, I would never even do half of that, so I guess I shouldn't be so embarrassed to kind of go. And I don't think I've showed myself on this stream yet, but yeah, like I said, I mean, definitely helps easing it into there. A lot of people are camera shy. Damn. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like I said, the definition of what works is different for a lot of people, but I mean, you get the money from having nothing to all of a sudden, you know, getting a few $100s in your bank a month. It's like, all right, let's keep this going. I kind of like this. Or for some reason, in a weird way, you kind of find out that you kind of learn to like it or something. But yeah, some crazy stuff has happened on there, especially recently. I seen that the JJ case got thrown out. Yeah, no shame ever. Yeah, tell us. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, even that stuff was crazy. And yeah, freaking Lala, when she was introduced, I was like, okay, like, interesting. And then she was with Sunny recently, and I mean, when she was with Captain, she was throwing money around like crazy. I mean, there's so much about I mean, yeah, anyways, she said she spent $1,700 or donated $1,700 to Captain. It's like, holy cow. And then she starts talking about it like, but he never does anything for me. And I mean, I fucked him, you know, out of sympathy, or, you know, just I felt pressured or something like that, but I spent this money and they didn't do anything for me. And Sonny came over and I spent this money and they didn't do anything for it. It's like, what do you expect, woman? Jesus Christ. Nice. I'm glad he's cleared. I mean, he's probably been through it enough to where, and I mean, everything was filmed, for God's sakes, but yeah, maybe once they realized that JJ was in an act, they were like, oh. Like, this guy, yeah. And I mean, everybody's different, but who puts that much oil on themselves all the time? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if waking up with oil somewhere if you put it on yourself that much. Jesus Christ. But it's not, I'm not, yeah, you can't, I mean, whatever happened, happened. I'm not trying to shame anybody or do anything like that. It's just, to me, it's all entertainment. Oh, a fish just jumped out right there. He said there's carp in here. Or catfish. Carp, catfish, something like that. Catfish. Yeah, and like, I'm glad, yeah, I'm glad you, like, there was one point where Captain was like, yeah, anybody who wants to come out, like, when I first watched it, like, just come on over and this and that, and I was like, that'd be interesting, like, you know, I'm just kind of doing things differently nowadays. And then all of a sudden, like, I watched a little bit more, and then I was like, oh, hell no, I am not, like, that Sonny came to Denver one day, and I was like, I commented on there, I was like, yo, what are you doing? Fucking hitting up the dispensary today, stuff like that. And somebody was like, who the hell is this Rocky, Colorado fucker you guys are trying to work into the script? And like all this shit. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like, if you think I'm trying to be a part of this community, you are dead wrong. Somebody else too on like Sunny's chat was like, when are you going live? Like, you have potential, you just need to like do this and do that. And I'm like, I'll just let you guys know now, I'm definitely not out there to embarrass myself. I heard about the, and so, okay, yeah, that's funny that you mentioned the ads on Craigslist, because how do you think they met Trina? She always looks like, I'm not like, I mean, there's been times I admit to watching it a little more than I should, and there was this time where she was on there, they were just doing fucking nothing. And she was like, oh, acting gig, $3,000, and you just have to do this, this, and this, and like looking at everybody like almost like she's bragging in a sense. But right then is where it clicked, and I was like, right then is where it clicked. And I was like, that is how they found Trina, because she obviously probably seen the ad, and the reason why it clicked too is because I believe Goo described the type of ad, or somebody described the type of ad that Captain put out, and he was basically saying like he needed a cast or something like that. So Trina was probably like, oh, here's my next big thing. Here, I'm gonna make it, kids. Oh no, no, I don't want Endonos. What the? No, I don't want that. No, thank you. No, thank you. And see, and that's the thing, is like, that's how some people think that, like, I mean, I think the whole thing is cool that people are able to just donate the stuff, but a lot of people, especially on IP2, they make money off all the racist stuff. And like, you know, the freaking Sunny shit that just happened, and I get it. I mean, she's admitted she's racist, you know, and I mean, but she's also said too that it's just a word to her. I mean, Casey said the same thing that himself. He's like, well, you know, it's not like I'm racist. I just say it, you know, out of, you know, in this context or that context and stuff like that. But he was walking through an Asian community, an Asian mall, playing like the Ling Ling song, and, you know, playing like everybody was playing the most racist stuff ever. So it just baffles me how you could sit there and cry or complain about racism when you're just perpetuating it yourself, you know? It's like, it makes no sense. And then the other thing that I can never wrap my head around is, how are you going to cry about the racism thing when you joined a racist community? It's like, Jesus Christ. But I mean, I don't know. I understand people shouldn't be like that, but this community is what it is, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change. Yeah, definitely dropped off hard. She needs to take some time to herself, and some serious time, definitely. I'm sure she's even said she's needed help before too. Yeah, definitely. And then like, and so you're saying that half and that half, but then there's still that quarter also that that they have on there, probably so that website gets the view counts and stuff like that. Like I've seen some random Twitch channels of some girl, shit, I'm not sure, but she like, I was like, what the hell is she doing on here? Like, she's totally talking about like fashion or something, like totally irrelevant stuff, and she had like 300 people in her chat. None of them were talking. Like, I was like, well, this is gonna be fun, so many people are gonna be trolling her. But no, it was like, so that's what I kind of realized, that they kind of add people on there, I think, to get that view count. Like, I think I even seen like Law and Order on there. But do you know anything about the judge? Like, what's up with the judge? Like, is that, because I've seen him comment a few times. I don't know if that's his real profile, but he was talking shit about pollution. That shit was funny as hell. I was like, is that really him? What the hell's going on? Just another little family of geese over there. Yeah, I've seen somebody post a video on IP2, and I think his name was Carl. I've never watched his stuff before, but it was pretty funny because he was asking a random lady to go inside this hotel or whatever and tell this guy hi. It was pretty funny. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if it was a fake profile, just like the TMZ one and stuff. I know there was some fake ones floating around and stuff like that too, but that shit was funny. Some people come up with profiles fucking quick. I'm surprised no one's came up with Blades RV fan yet. I was gonna do it, but I was like, I mean, I'll give it to somebody else. I think I seen like Beck's Tacos. Yeah, I don't know too much about Speedy either. I didn't basically the ones I know most are the ones that stream the most nowadays. Like even Ice Poseidon, I know he started most of the stuff, but I seen that documentary, kind of skimmed through it a little bit the other day, and I know that they had like that content house and shit like that. And I know Goo was there, and she was explaining the whole, like, how her pussy is, that's basically how she got the name, because of the goo cheese or something like that. I was like, ew. Wish I did not listen to that. Freaking. It's like, and some of these people think it's content. Like, even like Joel and Attila and stuff, I think like they think most of this stuff, or the stuff that they would used to do, or even now, is they're like, maybe it'll get us on World Star. And it's like, why would you want to be known for that stuff? Oh yeah, I did know. Yeah, so I did hear about that he is sober now. So that's good. I mean, that's definitely good. It seemed like just based off what you're saying, is that he kind of made the model, created this model for some people to kind of follow after, or try to beat, in a sense. I'm not sure if he had edgy content or not, but since he was maybe I assume since he was doing drugs, he's probably doing some crazy stuff. I've actually found a few places in Denver also that are open pretty late as far as food, so little speakeasies and stuff like that are open pretty late. He was steady smoking meth, pounding bottles of hard liquor, yelling at randos, getting very racist on us. Yeah, and see, like, I do have a certain respect for a lot of people, who wants to be stuck in like, oh no, it's just people playing this through. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like, Jesus Christ. I would, in my description thing, I want to ask for people to be creative. Like, especially if you're going to be racist. I'm not saying anybody should, but at least do it in a way where you would really have to think about it, and it's like it comes from a, I mean, it's not smart to do that shit, but I mean, just in a way where you're just not going out and saying the N-word, because it's like, I mean, that's old. It's like, that's all. But maybe asking for people to get creative, that might be asking for a little bit more than I might want. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely not, yeah. I could understand if people might do it in a way to get followers. Like when Tone came out, he did his drugs. I mean, he got a certain amount of followers from that and stuff like that. Some people might pick things, and like, I mean, Blade, he did the gaming. And it's funny because I used to do, I mean, I can only imagine how many people used to do that, but I didn't even know necessarily about like YouTube and stuff like that back in those days when I used to game a lot, like on GTA. And a friend and I used to go and knife people like that all the time, and people would rage. I've never watched some of his streams, but I know that's how he got popular. But the Jaeger thing, I mean, dude, that, I mean, just in itself, it's like, I mean, how could that be your only thing? It's like, holy shit. Especially when it's damaging your body like that. I think he even said recently, he's like, I think I'm gonna get out the computer from the storage. And Beck was like, what? Like, wait, what did you say? And he's like, yeah, you heard me. and like almost alluding that he's gonna do a gaming stream again or something. And I feel like he just gets a lot of hate from the community, and there is some support, but yeah, like it was crazy. Yeah, he definitely became non-tent real quick. It was crazy when he was at that Stagecoach festival. Somebody posted the map of how big that place was, and he literally like just went outside the RV. I'm like, dang, what the? And I mean, I'm sure you've seen that. There's a few parts that had me cringing. I'm like, oh, it hurts. I'm like, just stop, dude, stop. Just don't do it. Plane up there. And I mean, ultimately at this point, they're like characters in a sense. From what I've seen about Ice Poseidon, like they would have like people like dress up and have like everybody do certain things and like activities type of things, and that's what they should do. Even like when the RV's moving, they could definitely like be playing board games or like a license plate game or like something. But I'm like, damn, these people just I don't even know if they know what fun is. You know, something to make somebody laugh or to include everybody together. I was like, they need to do some team building exercises. And like, oh yeah, that's the office talking. All the kids are over by that weather van now. I'm not going back there. It's probably pretty weird anyways. Wonder where Paris is at. She was with me when we were in downtown. And that was one thing I told her too. I was like, dang, we better, guess in a way, do as much as we can or stay a little low key on 16th Street. Just as far as the filming, because I don't want to. Like I was even telling her, I was like, I don't want somebody to have a problem with me filming over there, especially on 16th Street, because then I know they could ban me over there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's what one of the things. Like, yeah, he was like almost every stream. Like, all right, here it is. Like, this is what we're doing, type of thing. That almost just kind of reminded me of that Sanchez person. I've seen a few of his, but the one that popped in my mind, he started a stream and he was like, all right, like, and eventually he ended up on that damn bridge. I'm like, this guy is crazy. He climbed that bridge all the way up there, freaking cops come. And I'm like, yeah, I don't get that. I don't get pushing that boundary. Yeah, as far as being creative, could definitely be more, but like Captain's admitted himself, I mean, it's more about the drama. Drama. That way people can choose a side. Gotta have, different sides. We'll say, oh no, this is how you do it, that's how you do it. They're wrong, you're wrong. I'm definitely glad I was there to witness that beach fight, though. Holy fuck. think the police are over there. I thought about doing a little, oh yeah, yeah, that was, I remember just like, Sonic was going back and all of a sudden they were like really following them, and I knew Aldi and fucking Goo were like half asleep. Fucking Aldi wakes up like goddamn Sandman. Fucking sand under his eyelids and shit. I'm like, this fucking guy. Oh, it is great. It is hilarious. Oh my god, but Goo's like, man, they've missed out on so many opportunities. Where, and I mean, you're not supposed to go out anywhere getting in a lawsuit, but I mean, nobody can assault you, nobody can do any of those things, you know, just because they don't agree. And she was even talking about how she got held in that store by the store owner and shit, and man, man, she could have some coin, and people call her trust funder. I don't know why OG Geezer could even give her that much credit to even say that, but I mean, it's very interesting. Oh yeah, JJ fucking, I knew JJ, I started watching his streams before he came to the RV when he was fucking around in New York, and I knew about the tranny. I seen him out there eating raw meat, eating raw lamb and shit, and I'm like, this guy's something else. But then all that other stuff happened. I'm like, yeah, he is a little weird. But then you see the other videos in his real personality and his real voice, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But regardless of any of those things, if my friend fucking comes in with flying kicks like that to defend me, I mean, that's the fucking person you need on your goddamn side. Jesus Christ. That was epic. That was fucking epic. I'm just drawn into a fight like, oh, Aldi's running back. Oh, he's punching out a little bit. Boom. JJ's just like, he just flies in the frame and his whole body's horizontal. He's not even vertical. He's just horizontal, flying through the air. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying as far as fitting the bill and stuff like that. I mean, what was interesting too, especially towards the end, I mean, even recently Andy was bitching about his cocaine missing, but that very morning when JJ was like, why'd you do that or whatever, and he was like, where's my coke? Like, dude, like, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't know, blah 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 blah. And it's like, so something definitely sketchy was going on. But yeah, and I think he was actually the one that got the chain. I seen a video on the community thing of a TikTok video of him holding the chain. I'm like, damn. But to a lot of other people's point too, I mean, hopefully this makes him wise up a little bit. I mean, Cheeto does have a loose mouth. Goose says and talks to whoever she wants. No one deserves that, but... And Goose crazy, like, she's like, maybe I should take some, I need to learn some self-defense. She's like, every time I get in a fight, I just let people hit me. It's like, well, what? Like, that is the worst defense ever. Especially if you're not even going to protect your face. It's going to let people boot you. But she was half asleep, so. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, is because it's Venice Beach. That's one thing I've understood. I was in Santa Monica a few years ago. Not a few years ago, maybe a year or two ago. Chula Vista. I was kayaking in La Jolla. We were doing different things. I stood at the Trump Hotel in Vegas, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it was right as homelessness was getting pretty bad. And it was the first time I ever seen homeless people on the, like, exits and entrances of highways. Like, where there's some grass and stuff. There's, like, little tent cities. I witnessed that stuff. And I knew about Skid Row and stuff, but I was like, dang, it's that bad. And so that's how bad it's gotten. Like, I mean, there's just so much homelessness and so much crime. Those cops literally just said, like, oh, mutual combat. Like, I mean, like you said, surprised they didn't get arrested. Aldi punched 3 or 4 girls square in the face. You know what I mean? Cops like, mutual combat. I'm like, wow. Like, whoa, alrighty. And that just goes to show, I guess, how bad it is. They even said too about the filming, they're like, well, people come from different backgrounds, you never know how people are going to react, you know, and just to hear that, it's like, what? But then you take it with a grain of salt. You're like, well, maybe I believe them, maybe it is that bad, maybe the cops just don't really give a shit. But then you see Cheeto and Sonic like, hey, these guys are following us, they just threaten if we press charges they're gonna whoop our ass, and he's like still following us, and they're just like, oh, go into the nearest restaurant. Like, what cop would recommend somebody that potentially where a crime's going to happen for recommend somebody to go in there into another business just for the crime to happen in there? It does not make sense. Cheeto said that he already got the cop fired, but who knows if he was telling the truth about that. But that whole thing was a shit show. But I mean, like I said, what can you expect from this? What can you expect? Goose should have went to the hospital that very night. She should have got a lawyer. The lawyer would have took care of everything. Medical bills, you would have made sure everything would have gotten paid for. But I mean, at least she was on video, took pictures probably and shit. But yeah, it's crazy how that happens. I mean, even there, I know there's people that stay at this park too, and it's not like bad, but I mean, there's not a tent city, but they have areas down here that have tents where people are basically supposed to go. That's almost a form of like a homeless shelter, and of course people have to, you know, stay clean and stuff like that. I believe there's even a spot where you could go and park your car, and there's even like they recently built this rec center that's right over there. And that's the old rec center, but they're letting people stay in there. But there was a requirement. You had to have a job. You had to, like, you couldn't be there all day. It's not a place to hang out. You're just there to sleep. I mean, you can get a bike if you need it, and then in the morning you're off to your job, and then back at the end of the day you're coming back. So I thought that was pretty good, but you shouldn't just be letting people chill out. But it's always a tough thing, because once they get into it, there's so many different backgrounds, so many different people. You know, people sometimes don't want to get help for their issues, and then they get mixed in that crowd too. And I know there's a lady here in Denver, her name's Regan Benson, and she films a lot of the homeless stuff that goes on with the police messing around with the homeless and messing around with people in RVs and stuff. The ACLU recently sued Boulder over their camping and tent ban. And I mean, I get it, but it's like my wife, she used to work in Boulder, and I mean, when you think of Boulder, especially around here, most people think about hippies and stuff like that. You think of like vegans, like cleaner people and stuff like that. But I mean, once the sun starts going down, I mean, people are walking around with blankets around their necks, looking for a place to sleep, looking for somewhere warm, looking for shelter. And there was times where she would walk in to work, she would send me pictures, and there would just be like someone's cardboard and someone's food just right there. And there was actually a time where somebody was actually still sleeping there, and I mean, sometimes that could be scary, you know. But she and she would be responsible for cleaning the stuff up. So like, I remember I seen them. There was like a homelessness group out in Boulder. Man, I can't remember exactly what they were promoting, but I remember getting on there and saying, like, I mean, if we're gonna do this, I mean, at least ask people to clean up their stuff. And I posted a picture on the post of someone's mess, and yeah, it's kind of funny, but, well, it's not funny, but it's just crazy. Like I said, what can you do? Even Denver, there's been a lot of crime in Denver. There's been businesses that aren't even servicing Denver anymore because they don't want their vans broken into. They don't want their workers harassed. I'm like, shit, just give them GoPros, or just have them stream it on IP2. Now that it's crazy. Yeah, that was where I worked there for a few years also, and like I worked more or less towards like the college and shit, so it wasn't like too bad. It was kind of far out there, so I really didn't have to deal with people. But going to pick her up sometimes is like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, yep, early. Oh god, here's a bee. There's a bee checking me out. Jesus Christ, this thing kind of scared me a little bit. Yeah, it was crazy too, because there was like one night specifically where she worked late, and we're usually not in Boulder that late. And so, like I said, sun was going down, and almost every street I turned on, somebody was walking in the middle of the street, blanket dragging, somebody had a cart. I'm just like, God dang, it's crazy. It's crazy to see. And then like in Denver, I mean, same stuff. And then they just, I mean, I was planning on going to Cheeseman. I was planning on going over there to the museum, like hitting up all those parks and stuff. They just took away concealed carry. You can't concealed carry in public parks in Denver. You can't concealed carry in the public buildings. Oh, check out that bird. But then now homelessness and crime's up. And there were people who didn't vote on the bill, and they were like, well, we're not voting because there's not a way to enforce it yet. And exactly what are you trying to stop? There's nothing that you're trying to, there's no statistics, there's nothing saying that this even needs to happen. But it's like, yeah, all of a sudden, let's just go across guns. Let's just do, it's like, it makes no sense, whatsoever. It's like, yeah, let's just take away everybody else's way to protect themselves. And I mean, at least you can carry around mace. I mean, at least you can carry around your knife and other things. I mean, I guess to protect yourself. But it would be nice to film some of those things that are happening around here, especially at night, to kind of see what exactly is going on around here. I just realized that was the park ranger behind me. Guess he's just enjoying the view. He gets paid like a few bucks an hour. I used to work in downtown Boulder at one of the big software companies. I'd walk out work at like 4 a.m. Dang. Yeah, I could imagine. Oh, I could imagine. Oh, here's another cool one. Oh yeah, the homeless people started getting super aggressive. I stopped going down there. Like literally, my stream that I did recently, that was probably the first time I've been down there in 4 years. I can almost say that. I can almost be absolutely sure about that. And there was one. There was a lot of transients, a lot of people coming through. Weed was still like, oh, like let's move to Colorado. Even still, people are like, oh, Colorado, it's all about weed and shit. So people would come through. I mean, obviously, they think they could smoke in public, blah blah blah. But then a lot of people ended up staying. And then Cheesecake Factory's on 16th Street. We went down there to eat, and just going there. Even today, it's even worse. But even then, alleys smelled like pee. Everything's, I mean, shit didn't look good. They've remodeled it a little bit since, and they still are working on it, which is better. But we had our leftovers, and I mean, we have dogs at home, so I mean, doggy bag, right? You give them to the pups and stuff like that. And sometimes I'd eat it next day or whatever, depending on what it is. And right away, we get out, turn the corner. Hey, can we have your leftovers? And like I looked at my wife, because like they've asked me for money, and I've honestly around that time too is when not a lot of stuff was online, so I went in Subway, I got an application, and I gave it to him. I was like, here you go. But like that, I've never been asked for my food before, and honestly you could feel really bad, but this kid was my age. And I mean, like, I'm just not entering my career, but I'm like fairly established, in my career, making good money, all that stuff. I'm like, dude, there's nothing stopping you from doing the same thing. And he asked me for my stuff, and I didn't even know how to respond. And I just kept walking and shit, but I just kind of walked with my jaw dropped, like, did he Like, what? The only time I had to pull anything out on anybody, I had to pull out my gun when I lived off of Colfax. And I just really wanted to make a point. Just don't come back here, dude. Just don't do it. And I mean, I'm on my property. You don't belong there, so. I seen that fucking wappy fucker, though. He was, recently, he was doing something. And somebody was like across the street and they had like a hatchet or something, and he pulled out his gun and was pointing it at him and shit. I'm like, damn. I don't think you could do that, dude. Like, like, Jesus Christ. But I'd never hope to have a bad interaction with anybody. I just hope to, like I said, there's some people who can't get out here or do these things. There's some people who've never been here. There's some people who don't go where I go. And oh, something just came up right there. And like one of my donation alerts or one of my donation things will be to head up to the mountains and or randomly give a stranger something. Just realized I don't have anything today, but I have it set up, but I don't have the cost of what it is. But like I said, for my other business, I do some other stuff, so I could have some, you know, small things that I could give to people and stuff like that. So I you know, spreading positivity and stuff that way. Not everything has to be crazy. Have the food, bud. At least it's not going to be meth or fent. Oh, dude, fent. Like, it's crazy how somebody, shit, who the hell was it? Damn it, I'm trying to think. My wife was telling me, somebody, oh, damn it. It might have been somebody in her family, but they went for something simple. So they had something simple, some type of pain thing. They freaking prescribed them fentanyl. I'm like, what? Like, how, after it's even been that bad, how do they even... I don't get that shit. And I don't know if you've seen that Tone IRL doing his shit, but his fucking... when his eye went wonky, man, I was a little scared when that shit happened. And usually when I pop in on his stream, I'll be like, eye check. Or like Sonic, I'll tell him to do a forehead check. He's like, it only goes wonky when I do fent. And I stopped since then and blah blah. I was like, dude, congratulations, hell yeah. And then the next one I'm watching, he's like, $10 these pills, $20, I'll go get some more fent. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is going on here? Yeah, the as far as the hiking, what is it? I wanted to find out how to do the Manitou. And you said about the reservation, that would be kind of interesting, but I do know a few trails that are local that I can go on. And like, I've taken my GoPro. I think on this profile I have like one of me out there on the kayak or me out there hiking. But I mean, the GoPro footage is really nice. The only thing is that, I mean, I have been researching on how to get a stronger connection, especially out there. But I feel like I might be able to get a decent connection on some of the places. But on the most part, especially on those hikes, I mean, some of them that are even outside of Boulder, you don't get service, but it's still fun to watch, I think, even after the fact. Damn, he was doing foilies of that? Holy shit. I mean, I guess it's, I guess in a way it's better than I mean, and it's not better, but sniffing it probably has a different effect than smoking it. But then now that I think about it, I'm not sure in what form it comes in. Like if it's like, I guess, quote unquote cut with anything. But to my knowledge, it's in a small form. Like it comes. Like there's very, very little of it. So maybe that's why he smoked it or something. But yeah, he's crazy. But I mean, I guess what can you say when you're out there in your own little built shack? I mean, I want to say he built that. I hope he didn't hire somebody to do that. But like, there's like nobody out there. I remember one night they went walking and there was like somebody screaming. There's like a couple like on meth. This guy was like, man, he's like, isn't it like not right if a girl like stays over there and like does this and does that, and like in the middle of their argument like 2 a.m. and she's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's still pretty funny. I mean, back in the day I experimented with a few things. Nothing too crazy. Nothing I'd be proud to admit, but I mean, to make a habit out of it. Like, I watched one of Blade's streams like 2 years ago, and he was like, oh yeah guys, and like, I didn't drink like this whole week, and like, I was just saving it for this, and I'm like, he's still saying that stuff today, and does anybody believe him? I sure don't. I mean, I feel like he's dependent, alcohol dependent. Gummo. I'm not sure if I know about Gummo. Gummo. Yeah, I don't think, that doesn't ring any bells. But he's probably just another crazy fucker. I mean, sometimes people get caught up in their lifestyle and they feel like they have a reputation and they're like, well, this is who my friends expect me to be and this is who I have to be. But, I mean, eventually, you just have to realize it. Puts tone in a bit more perspective. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. Gummo. For some reason, it sounds familiar, but yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. Well, nothing's happening on IP2, probably. Yeah, I thought tone at first was that, and I'm still thinking, I'm not sure because I haven't looked that far into it, but there was this person that was like on Tosh.0 that looked just like him. He was all skinny, and he was like saying, he would like say the gratata thing or whatever, like he was like saying, I'll go take your girl and gratata or something like that. He reminds me of that fucker. If it's not him. Not even sure if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just another, I think he came out in like those Vine days or something like that. It's kind of got the same like horse face or whatever you want to call it. Oh man, it's great, it's great. Whoa, he just caught a fish. Oh, it is a different dude. Damn, so I guess that's what that drug does to you, huh? Just do it enough times, it just kind of sucks your face in and brings your teeth out. And does that. That's funny. That'd be funny to see some of those memes. Is this creep stalking me? Maybe a little bit of inbred does it too. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, hello there. That's great. Well, hi there.
Hello.
What'd you see over there?
There's a lot of boutiques.
See any
A lot of
opals?
artists. No, but there actually is a lot of booths that have minerals in.
Well, yeah, of course.
There's, because they have like everything broken up into different little booths. Some are bigger than others, but then within the middle sections, they have like stands.
Mm-hmm.
And then blended in, there's areas where there's shelves, and those also have things in it. And a lot of the shelves or whatever, a lot of the shelves had a bunch of things on it, and one of them had this mini like fire pit thing that was like this big, and each side had like 2 squares,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fire comes out of there somehow.
Really?
But the whole thing is made out of amethyst or different stones.
Nice. There's oh no, that was one of the ducks. There's a few walking around grabbing fish.
Oh really? That's great.
I'll probably do another lap around and wrap it up.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to look at.
Yeah, Tard Hub, that was Paris that was walking in. She just got here. Yeah, when I was when I first came, seen the weather van there. He showed me the inside of it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was like, well, hello there. He's telling me I should go down to one of the clubs, one of the bars. I guess it's more of a bar.
Yeah.
It's a club bar, I guess you could say, but it's like, yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Get some nighttime content.
Yeah.
Union Station would be, that was another one I forgot to mention. That would be a fun one. I don't know if you, Tard Hub, if you've ever been to Union Station or heard anything about it recently, but it's one of those areas where it's a crazy mixed area, because you have like, a side where people are paying like, $30 for lunch, so they're spending some coin, people making some decent money. Then on the other side, you got people meeting up for drug deals. You got the homeless people. You got the crime. You got all that other stuff. So it's an interesting area. It's a goth club. Interesting. It must have changed recently or something. Unless it's always been like that. But I remember a while back my sister used to go there, and if it was goth, it'd be interesting. No, there's like 3 or 4 different families.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, there's bigger ones too. Those are the smallest ones here so far. Look how yellow they are.
I know, look at how those are like the ones that you...
No, yeah, and then over here, there's some ones that are like bigger than freaking, they're like medium-sized dogs.
Really? Like the ones you showed me the other time.
Yeah, I've only been down there to eat, but even the time there, how's it going, buddy?
He likes people.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a big dog. Oh man.
Yeah, this is a big dog.
Oh, I think there's another one.
What is it? Oh. Yeah, even when I was there to eat, though, there's this place called Zo Mama down there. It's this nice little Asian place. Got a small menu. It's good stuff, but yeah, even the time I was there, it was like seen some interesting stuff. got distracted, freaking stepped on some poo again. Maybe that's why they started feeding them. They're like, you know what? I am tired of this. I am going to start eating them, feeding them to the homeless. Goddamn. Oh, see, here's the bigger family.
Whoa.
No, but where are the other ones? Those ones are the bigger ones.
Dang, everybody has a whole family. Look at them. They're everywhere. Dang, these are the. They have two different kinds though, like two different. Cause some of them look really small.
And then I think the original ones, cause I got them. I think there's another family over there, but it was funny because I seen them swimming. Oh, you should get pictures of them when they go in the sun over there. But there was one where they were all basically the same size, and then there's another one that was like way smaller. It was like interesting. Oh, it'd be so nice. We should go walk onto the other side of that. That way when they get into the sun, you'd be able to get them perfectly.
Oh, there's so many of them. It's so great. They have like 12.
Yeah. I feel like some of the families, I feel like some like intermingled a little bit.
Oh, and they like, maybe some of them got married.
Yeah, like they joined and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, let's go. And then whichever ones were with them, they decided to go. But it was funny, those other ones that were swimming, as soon as they got up, they just started eating. And you could tell the exact spot where they always eat. See, these ones over here are the bigger ones. Yeah.
They're like, gotta go.
Oh, I thought those ones were gonna walk this way. Take a picture of these ones. Do it a wide angle. It's just laying down eating. That's why these ones are getting so big. They're like, why walk and eat when you could just lay down and eat? Yeah, there's this little kid. Yeah, see, and there's four adults. These ones. But this kid started running up to him, and the mom like stopped him right when he got close. But one of them started hissing at him.
Oh, I bet. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was like, you lucky you called him, because he was about to get nipped.
I like to get a picture of these ones.
You can get a little closer if you want. Oh, those ones are in the sun. Oh, that one's stretching his wings. Oh, that one was too. I think it was because they were in the sun, probably.
Yeah. That one, she's like watching everybody.
No, they all do. They'll do it the whole time. They just make sure you don't get too close. Maybe do a little video.
I did get a short video.
Record it for TikTok. Get some content. She has a, I have a S9, I think. Something like that. I have one of the older Galaxy phones, but she has an S21 Ultra. So we were like taking pictures of the moon and shit. Taking pictures of all kinds of things. Like, I've always been a fan of iPhone cameras. I've never owned an iPhone. I haven't owned an iPhone for like 6 years or so. I hate them. But they did have a good camera until the Samsung S21 came out with that telephoto lens, or whatever, telescopic lens, and the laser focus. And man, that thing can take some epic photos. I always have to tell her, like, hey, can I use your phone? Can I use your phone? So I was looking at phones recently. I was like, Oh yeah, these are the type of fish. Channel catfish. Yeah, that's what it was. I knew that one looked a little flat. Oh, you could even watch a video. They even show you how to catch it. That's pretty cool. Oh, I have to show you that other sculpture. Yesterday I almost walked down to that sculpture park, but I was like, nah. Yeah, like I went and switched out to my camera to try to get pictures of them when they were swimming in, but then like it ended up crashing. I was like, no. Then I had to end the stream, and then I got like a minute or two long video. Yeah, and then it was like they had already come up, but
Yeah.
at that time they were just almost up there.
Yeah.
I have no cash on me. You too. Have a great day. Thank you. He asked me for some water yesterday. Now he's asking me for some money today. That's how quick it goes, huh? He's like, hey, I know you. You spare $1. Surprised he wasn't like, I take Venmo.
I know, right? Nowadays.
I got,
remember that?
I have PayPal.
Like the lemon sand.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So well yeah. So that other family, I followed them and they went down here, and that's where these geese are too, and they all eat at that spot right there.
Oh.
And then when they first come up, they'll eat at that patch right there where it's missing.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I wonder where they went though.
What is she doing?
Huh?
What is she doing?
They probably actually put food right there.
For
Looks like some seed or something.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
They're
why
like,
they come
we know
down
where
there.
the food's at.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're all happy.
Yeah,
Back
they're
to
all
the
now
water.
it's dinner time. I noticed the lady on the.
I know, me too. Where were you?
Yeah.
She probably was like, yeah, and I thought it was a puppy in that little stroller. It's actually a cat.
Oh, really? What the heck? Oh, I got my kitty.
It's like if my mom started.
Oh yeah, she's holding it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like if my mom brought out the parakeets.
That's funny.
They were taking them out and stuff.
Accosted, right? Smoking cigarettes at the park, huh? Yeah, I want to know what that other bird here is. He caught a fish before he came.
Really?
Yeah, the fish was probably about like that big.
Dang.
Bird swallowed him right up.
He's stretching.
Getting left leg.
He's like, hold it.
Oh, there's also bass in here. I didn't know that either. Interesting. See video for big mouth Billy Bass, huh? That's great.
Tells you what bait and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, fishing here would be fun, especially just to get it out of you when you got the bug. You want to get your line wet, but I don't know about eating them. Definitely don't know about eating them. And then like Stanley Lake is the one nearby, and yeah, gross reservoir fish I would want to eat. And they said that they all got big from the pandemic too.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's actually a good point, because like no one was out there fishing.
Yeah, it doesn't say they got to take a break pretty much and live their life for 2 years almost.
But
Without human.
yeah, like Stanley Lake, that was like a dump.
Yeah.
Like there's like toxic waste on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Is it a?
Yeah.
It's a long one.
I think it's
It's like a
mix.
corgi chihuahua.
Yeah. It's a pink nose.
Oh really?
So cute.
Hello.
Oh, look
He's
at
like hi.
another one. So cute.
Watch out, man.
Literally, I was
Yeah,
literally
stay
started
close.
going out,
Yeah.
and then he said that I pulled back
So
in.
just to make sure. I know. Yeah, so you can't get away from me. Even strangers tell you. Billy Bass knows what's up. Hell yeah. He's gonna get you in the mood. Should have had her scan it.
Dang, I should have brought some water.
Some what?
Water.
Oh, I'm about ready to go. Then I might have to start it up in Denver later. Paris isn't a night owl though. She goes to bed at like freaking 6. It's probably already past her bedtime. Yeah, it's 7:24. Shouldn't you be in bed already? Yeah, there's another fish that came up right there too. There's probably some decent sized little catfish in here. Oh, there's a bird, yeah. They go far.
I was gonna say, holy shit.
They're the ones that eat the, oh, they even have rainbow trout in here? You gotta be kidding me. I didn't even see this when I walked past last time. Different rainbows. See a video for fried trout and bang bang sauce recipes, so they definitely want you to eat these. I mean, if they just stocked them, that means they're probably farm, so they probably were eating like pellets and shit, so they weren't eating natural food. I mean, if they're in here, they're eating natural food, but then they're still taking in that water. And remember like last year or something?
Oh, he's over there.
They had the blue algae.
Damn it, he hit again. Or is he gonna come out? Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a type of rodent I seen earlier.
Really? Damn, where did he go? He seems pretty far.
Sounds good. Yeah, definitely keep an eye out.
Okay, he is.
It's always nice when at least somebody sticks around. I'm glad you at least found this entertaining. Thanks for sticking around, totally. Nice. Heyo. Yeah, I was thinking, because like I want to drive in. I want to do a little drive around Denver. I guess I could drive around and then I could just park in the parking garage down there. But I was also thinking if I was like specifically going to like where all the clubs are at and shit, probably just take an Uber down there. That way, just
3 hours to go.
Yeah, just in case. Doing some what's that called where you throw the
Graduation party?
No, where you throw that thing into the other thing. The game that they were playing. It's like
with the pole thing?
Yeah, oh, cornhole, yeah. I was gonna say they actually made it into a sport.
It is?
For whatever reason, yeah.
You can even go like national, I think.
Well, I mean like ice luging or like luging or whatever is a sport. Guess I could get behind that one, but if we're gonna talk about non-sports. It's one of the sculptures. Yeah, cornhole. I mean, I guess if there's enough people to get behind it, it'll become something. I remember when I had cable, I seen there was people doing, which I could get behind the drone, like competition drone flying. Mm-hmm. That's something I can get behind. They were like going through like factories or like warehouses with like drones, but like racing. So they had to like go through hallways and go through doorways and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can get behind that becoming a sport. If we're talking about non-sports. Oh, we'll go out on the dock real quick. Nobody's there. There's these little boat rentals you can do here. The water's looking a little cleaner, so I guess I could do it now. I wanted to take my kayak in here so bad, but I looked at the rules and they said you can't bring your own boat. I'm like, come on, now I could take it in right here. But then I'd have to clean it because this water isn't the best. Whoa, look at those ones.
Oh, yeah.
They're baby ducks.
I know.
I was like, that's why they're so small. Do a wide angle photo. Oh yeah, do a wide video for. Oh dang it! What? All right, don't let me talk over it. I'll go walk over here.
It's fine. I can put a sound over. We're gonna get closer to them.
Yeah, not too close because they're swimming away.
They got really dark once they got in there. They like disappeared, but at least I got them right there. See, look, they went.
Here, now we can walk out there. And then your phone should adjust. Dang, those ducks are tiny.
They're so cute. I wanted.
There you go, there you go, there you go.
Look at them.
Here, some right there.
They're so cute.
And sun again. Nice. Here you go. Dang, those ones. I've never seen baby ducks actually.
Those are like the same ones we saw at the Boulder. Remember the ones that were on the log? That's how tiny those look.
One just went under. Dang, now we need to go to that spot.
They're so cute. That's the mom and the dad.
Yeah. I believe the green is female, if I remember correctly.
I thought the males are the ones that always have colors.
Maybe. Who knows?
I feel like the male is clear.
I guess that makes sense.
Because even with peacocks,
females are just bland.
Whatever.
Females suck.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Just kidding.
Look at them. They're so cute. Where'd the other ones go? Oh, the ones already got out.
Oh. They're like, yeah, we're not a part of that. Oh, I didn't notice there's water coming in there. So that's where it's fed.
They're there?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. I see it.
Very interesting. Alright, guys, make way. Yeah, we're coming this way, dude. Just push them along, push them along. You could do a little longer video of them if you want.
Let me get that one on this side because it's really
We're going this way, all right? Yeah, this was the other sculpture. I like tried to spin the chain.
Yeah.
And like move so easily, and it doesn't spin. But I was like, come on. I was like, maybe he hooked something up to it and it goes. But yeah, probably not. Should be a lot cooler than that.
I think the platform.
And yeah, almost all of them don't, unless they just haven't put them yet. Then whoever did the welds, I mean, no, you can't hire a welder, but come on now. Well, alright. Well, yeah, we'll probably get back on later. Hope to see you there, Tard Hub. Yeah, hopefully it'll be fun. If not tomorrow. If not today, tomorrow. If I do it today, I might also do it tomorrow. Who knows? But either way, hope to see you there. And thank you. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you very much for commenting. I hope you have a great rest of your day if I'm not on. And I guess that'll be it. Oh yeah, this was the last one that I didn't show you. Alright, you said you've seen this when you were watching it,
Is that
huh?
the one that spins?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What's up?
That's so cool.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yep, if I don't see you, have a good one as well. This one's probably the best one. Alright, I'm about ready. It's about dab time. Hey. Alright, checking out. Catch you later. Did you walk here?